If you didn't hear and you don't know yet, grab yourself a bath towel. If you've already got like props, you could also just use a little like Pilates ball if you happen to have one, but I'll demonstrate everything with the towel. So it's just, we're all doing the same thing. Okay, let's do this. Pilates flow. Woohoo! So we're actually going to start standing just to get like our blood flow going. It's funny, Jana, because you're the last one that spoke. I just see you, which I love. Oh, now I see more people. Okay. Okay. So take a nice wide stance. I know you can't see my full body. We won't be standing for most of the class. This is the first part. Standing with your feet nice and wide. And you're just going to take a nice deep breath in, open your arms, lift your chest a bit, and then exhale, turn the palms down, release. And just make the movements slow. Hey, Jess. Hi. Yay. I'm going to mute you.
No, I was going to tell you about gallery view.
Oh, yeah. And then I told everybody to unmute themselves anytime they want to ask a question or comment, right? So we're just breathing. So we're wide stance with the legs. Inhale, open the arms nice and wide. Lift the chest. Exhale, release. A few more like this. Breathe in. Lift the heart. Exhale. Let it go. And feel that your toes are spread out on the floor. You're grounded into the earth. You're reaching your spine. You're feeling the movement of your shoulder blades, and you're just moving with your breath. You don't have to move exactly with me, and that goes for anything in the class. Feel free to adjust it for your body, of course. Change things as you need to. Maybe 3 more times. As we inhale, we open, we feel the space around us, and we exhale, release the shoulders and feel them slide down. Take the air into the whole body. Release all the air, empty the lungs. One more time. Grounded, calm. Roll the shoulders up and back. And just feel that movement, that glide of your shoulder blades. Really take this time to connect with your breath. Right, alternate your shoulders if you want. And you might just let your ribs move like that and maybe look over your shoulder to add some more spirals in your spine. So as we know, breathing is the foundation for all of our health and movement. And so we're going to focus on that a lot throughout the flow. So we're going to start by tapping. If you guys don't know, our thymus gland is right underneath our sternum. It's a really important organ for our immune system. So we're just going to lightly tap onto your sternum. And you can go kind of up high and down low, and just thinking that you are producing this vibration into your thymus gland. And then start to bring the fingers up on the chest and then along the collarbones, just opening up the tapping there. Come back to center and just go gentle on the sides of the throat. And you might go just below the ears, below the jaw. And then go behind your neck, on the back of your neck. And you can probably tap a little harder back there. There's a lot of muscle groups, tougher muscle groups back there. Just kind of notice if you got some tension or some areas that could release simply by tapping. Start to tap along your skull, and you can literally go anywhere on your skull. Just feel that subtle vibration. Start to move to the front of the forehead on the brow. Maybe moving down the cheekbones, the jaw. Can go over the lip. And then we'll just release the arms and shake them out a little bit. Shake, shake, shake. Bend your knees and kind of shake through your knees and your legs. And let your whole body just be like, blah, 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 blah. Shake, shake, shake. Yeah. Just shake out any stagnant energy from the night, from the day. And then plant your feet and feel your hips just shift side to side. Really simple. right? We're just moving our joints. I love seeing Kristen's crew is like 3 people there. Nice, you can see Jess nice and big. This is awesome. It's almost like a real class. Good, okay, so we're gonna come to the mats now. So I'm gonna move my camera a little bit here so you can see me better. So find a comfortable seat. You might actually want to sit on top of your towel to give your hips a little bit of height, right? So do that if you would like. And extend your left arm up to the ceiling. Take a nice full breath into your left side body. You can even put your hands on your left rib cage and lift up and over just a little bit. Not going for an extreme side bend, but more length. Ground your left sits bone. Breathe into that left side. And then exhale, release the arm. Put your other hand onto the floor and do it again without that arm, lifting up to go over. And let's take maybe 3 deep breaths into this left side body. And if it feels good to you, you might be moving your neck a little bit, maybe rotating a little bit in the pose. You don't have to be still in it. Feeling the breath move into that left side body. Really nice, guys. Gently coming back up. Taking a moment in center just to sense your body after that. Take the other arm up. You might bring the other arm across your right ribs now, lifting up to go over. And taking a few moments to feel the space and notice the difference on this side, right? Noticing that we're never symmetrical. Just appreciating the differences on the other side. Coming back to center. Release the arms. You can put your other hand onto the floor if you like. Bring that arm up again, up to go over. Easy side bend, which is more about space than it is making a super deep bend over to your left. And then again, as you're breathing deeply and slowly, you might move a little bit through your ribs or through your head and neck. Just checking in with the body here. On your next inhale, lifting up and resting in center. And we'll do one breath practice here before we go down on lying on our back. We'll bring one hand on the belly, one hand onto the heart. All right, noticing your breath here. If you need to adjust your seat at any time, do that so that you feel as comfortable as you can be, tall in your spine. And just noticing the sensations under your hands, the movement of your breath. You might visualize the back of your head and your tail aligning. I was reminded the other day from our teacher, many of us love Malai, that our spine is as thick as our wrist, certain parts of our spine. So you can also think of the width of your spine, not just the length, supporting you in space. Bring both hands to your belly. We're going to do some belly breath here, a version of breath of fire. So inhale into your belly like a big Buddha belly, and then exhale, let the belly draw in. Inhale to expand. Exhale, draws in. Continue that, and you can keep your hands on your belly if it's helpful, or you can ground your palms down onto your thighs. Feeling the breath come in from the nose, travel all the way down to the belly at the end of the inhale, and then exhale from the belly, moves up and comes out through the nose or mouth. Drawing the breath in way down into the belly. And letting it release from the belly, traveling up and out. So we're gonna make this quite a bit more invigorating, but feel free to take it at any pace that you want, right? So show you an example. If I just focus on a sharp exhale, a short, sharp exhale, it would look like this. Right? So I'm not even thinking about the inhale. The inhale's passive. I'm just thinking exhale. That was out through my mouth so you could hear it better, but you can also do it out through your nose. So we're imagining that same pathway. Always going up and kind of clearing the space. It's called shining skull breath, so clearing the space through the head. All right, so I'll go through a pace, but feel free to go faster or slower, whatever you want. So inhale to prepare. Exhale the air out first. Halfway inhale. About 3 more. And rest with the breath out. Hold the breath out. Take a nice full breath in. And gently release on the exhale, nice and slow. Take a couple normal breaths here. We'll do this again. Full inhale. Long, slow exhale. And then a halfway inhale to prepare. Keep it going. Just thinking about that exhale. Might be going slower than my pace. And on your last one, make it a long, slow exhale. Empty the lungs. Exhale. Nice full inhale. And gentle exhale to release. Let's bring our palms both on top of each other over our heart space. Maybe bringing your awareness into that thymus gland or just your heart space in general, and knowing that we have so much power here. Feeling the grace and the space, the steadiness of our breath. And then gently release your hands. Okay, so now we've warmed up our breath. We'll get into more of the Pilates type of stuff. So get your towel, and you're gonna put it, a lot of you know this that come to my yoga within classes, put it between your, just below your shoulder blades. It's gonna be sort of like here. So it's like this little prop for you, right? So you end up something like this. If your neck feels quite vulnerable, I mean, don't worry, we're gonna have our hands behind our head. But you can put a book or a block under your head if it feels too extreme, or you can just make the towel a smaller size for yourself to suit your body. So let the hands cradle the back of your head, let your tailbone be nice and heavy, and just take a few moments to let your body enjoy this shape. This is such a restorative, important shape, especially being on computers a lot. Super important to put our body into this place where our upper spine gets a really nice change in direction. Feel your feet in line with your hips, your toes spread out. Let your elbows come forward a bit. And as you exhale, just start to curl yourself forward, feeling the upper spine nice and open, and just pause there for a moment. You can let your tailbone curl under. You might notice here I'm curled from my tail to my head instead of my tail being away from me, so my whole spine's curling. Just make sure you're not pulling your neck too much, right? Keep your head on top of your spine and heavy into your hands. And then release your tailbone and release your head back. It's a very clear movement of the spine. Exhale, elbows forward, curl from the head, the spine, and the lower back too. And release the whole spine. Open the front body towards the ceiling. Exhale, open the back body towards the earth, curling from head to tail. Inhale, open the front body towards the ceiling or sky. Exhale, curl the spine. Inhale, release the spine. Exhale, curl the spine. So calm, connected to your breath. Inhale, open the front body. One more time. Exhale, curl the spine and stay here in the curl. Feel your lower back imprinting towards the mat, reaching towards the floor. And then maybe if your neck feels okay, extend your arms and they're just below your knees, so they're kind of mid-thigh. And you're in this deep curve. From here, you're going to release your tailbone away from you. So you're no longer curled in your lower back. Does that make sense? Thumbs up. All right, cool. From there, bring your hands behind your head again. Support your head. Now, if your neck is getting tired at any point, please let it relax back down. You don't have to stay up here. Look at your hips. Try to keep them level and bring your right knee into tabletop over your hip. Check in that you didn't fall back. That happens very easily. So curl from your ribs, not from your neck. And then bring your right hand behind your right knee. Exhale, add your second leg. Bring your left hand behind your left knee. So you're in this little curve without stressing your neck, okay? Neck is free. Do a little bobblehead, let it be free. And then you might go, okay, yeah, I'm ready for some more. So you might extend your arms, right? Everything's just an option. Feel free to keep your arms there if you prefer. So now we get into like that deep exhale that we need as our abdominals are working harder here. So find that long, slow exhale coming from the belly up and out through the mouth. If you're here and your neck is getting tired, you can just bring your hands behind. Of course, core is still working pretty hard. 2 more exhales here. Yeah, sometimes I wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Okay, and then hands behind the head if they're not already. 1 foot down, other foot down. Release back and open that beautiful spine. Take a few moments here just to rest and let the spine enjoy. Extend your right leg long onto the mat. Your left knee is still bent. Hands are still behind the head. Exhale, curl forward like you did before from your ribs, not from your neck. So it's like your back ribs are widening into the wall behind you. And then exhale, bring your left knee into tabletop. Bring your right hand on the inside of your left knee. Good. So you can be here, or you can maybe take that bottom leg off the mat for more challenge. It's getting harder for me to talk now. Deep exhale. Press the knee and the hand into each other. Release the right leg, hands behind the head, release the left foot, and relax the head back. Change legs. Take a few moments here before you go to the other side. Just breathe and let the spine be open, relaxed here. Elbows a bit forward in space. Exhale, curl from your ribs going into the towel, not your neck jetting forward. Exhale, right knee into tabletop. Left hand on the inside of that knee. And you want to kind of push these two into each other to engage your midline, right? So and you might curl up more, but from your ridge, not from your neck. Your left leg might come up. Deep, slow exhales. Empty the lungs on your exhale. Lower the left leg, hands behind the head, lower the right foot, lower the head, relax the body. Bend both knees again. You might let your head move side to side, take a few moments just to relax here. Feel the space in your spine as you breathe. Walk your feet out about, 6 inches or a foot. So they're still bent, but they're further away from you. Elbows forward in space. Exhale, curl forward. Bring your arms off if you'd like. So you can either keep them here just above your knees. You can hold on behind your thighs to pull yourself forward, or you can curl up and sit up. Right, and if it feels too close with your legs, just take them out further, okay? And then you roll back slow and smooth. You can either put the hands behind your head, underneath your head, or just reach them behind you, whatever you prefer. Exhale, arms, head, chest, smooth curl forward and sitting up. And you just find your own pace here of rolling through all the parts of your spine. When you get to that point where you want to go like this, try to pause just before it's going to happen. Exhale and curve deeper. Work through it because that's the part of your body that's a little less flexible and a little weaker. Right? We need that mobility in the spine in order for it to be strong. So keep going at your own pace. Now, again, if you're finding that it's causing any kind of strain in your spine, if you've got an injury or something going on, of course, just pull yourself as far as it feels comfortable going or just rest. Do about 3 more and try to keep the rhythm as smooth as you can and notice how your breath moves with your body. As you're going, side note here, at the end of World War I, when Joe Pilates was working in prison camps, and then the flu plague hit Europe, apparently, I remember learning this way back when, that none of his students got the flu. And he was pretty hardcore, of course, but these are all his exercises, so kind of empowering to think that, we have a lot of power. Okay, you can, after this last one, stay on your back. Reach the arms behind you and walk your feet closer in again, so they're just right underneath your knees there. So what we're gonna do here, your arms are lengthening behind you if it feels good on the mat behind you, and then roll and lift your hips up. So you do a little bridge with your hips here. And then roll through your spine, lower the hips, curl the upper body forward just to here, and then release back down, lift the hips up again. Lower the hips, curl the upper body. Lower the upper body, curl the hips. Like a teeter-totter. I don't think they have those in New Zealand, but Americans know what I mean. Canadians too. Now we're gonna keep the hips up. The next time they're up, just keep them up. Take your towel out and put it to the side. Okay, if you need to adjust your feet in your bridge, feel free. So we're gonna do 2 bridges. First, a yoga bridge where we're gonna lift our chest up, pushing our arms down into the mat, kind of getting an opening in the shoulders. And then we're gonna lower down to the mat, all the way down, release. Ground your feet, curl the tail. This time as you roll up and you're not coming up quite as high. Your chest stays low on this one, so your shoulder blades are still touching the mat. But you are tucking your pelvis under, right? So you're in that tuck, and the knees, they might want to splay out. Try to keep the knees close. Lengthen your knees away from your head. Feel your hamstrings really kick on there. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, soften through your sternum. Feel the thymus gland. Rest back towards the heart and roll down one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. Once you come down, releasing the tail, we'll do that one more time. Curl from the tail, articulating up through the spine, grounding through the feet, coming up into your bridge, tucking the tail a little bit more at the top. Feeling the chest with the sternum soften. Soften through the sternum, and let that lead you into the roll down back onto the mat. Once you come all the way down, roll to your side to sit up. Yay. Okay, so next part, we're gonna lie on our sides. I'm just gonna say it on the side that I'm on. So I'm lying on my right side, and I'm gonna prop my head up like this. I'm gonna put my legs in a right angle. So my shin is lined up with the front of my mat. My knees are lined up with my hips. My legs are in a right angle. Okay, and then once they've got that, I check in my head isn't like way over here, but my head and my tail are aligned, right? That we got that nice line, that nice central channel of the spine. And then I'm gonna think of my hip reaching away just so I have space through here, I'm not collapsed, right? So I'm lengthening. This hand can be in front for support. And we're just gonna lift this leg up a little bit. I'm flexing my foot. And if your quad gets really dominant here, it just means you might need to move up a little bit. Okay, this is very like specific. Your knee is gonna go slightly higher than your foot, right? Slightly higher. And all you're gonna do is little lifts, right? So this gets into like a specific spot in our glutes. It just provides really good support for the lower back and for the knees when we get these muscles nice and strong. Make sure, sometimes what happens is this top hip like falls back. So try to keep it forward even though your knee is up a little higher. Do maybe 3 more here. Just little lifts. Feeling that side left glute. I'm on doing my left side. Okay, and then you're gonna lengthen that leg below you, reach it super long, like someone's pulling it, stretching it out of your body. Good, and do just maybe 6 little lifts here. And you're really reaching out to come up. There's a lot of stretching as you're moving. Okay, and then you can bend that knee back on top, and we're gonna come up to our elbow. All right, so we're up on this right elbow. And then what we're gonna do is straighten your bottom leg, and your top leg goes in front like this, right? So wherever it doesn't need to be exactly this far up, it can just be wherever, it's okay for your hip. Right now, this is where it's tricky. It's like we want to be like la la la, but we got to really kind of find support for our foundation here. So shoulders, you don't want to collapse in the shoulder like that. So we're going to have lots of space there, lifting up here. We're going to reach that bottom leg so much that it hovers just like a millimeter off the floor, right? And the top hip is forward, and we do tiny lifts here. If you go too big and it ends up being like this, you know that you're not really getting the full benefit. So you want to keep this nice and still, and it's just small. And then we check in with the breath, the neck and shoulders, nice and easy. Relax parts of the body that we don't need to tense. Soften in that sternum. It can be easy to want to pop it out. Okay, and then relax that leg. Bend that bottom knee, okay? And then come up to sit. So you're basically set up for a twist now. Everyone good with that? Right? So you bend that bottom knee, you kept that front leg more or less where it is, and you're just gonna turn over away from that top knee. For me, I'm turning to the left and taking a nice twist here. Take about 3 more slow breaths here, feeling the space in your spine, the capacity of your lungs to move in all directions. Unwind and face your legs in front of you. You're gonna let that top foot come, like disengage from the floor. So you're kind of in a figure 4 stretch. We're not gonna stay here long. We're just gonna tip over for a few moments just to give the hips a stretch there. Coming back up. Now replant that foot that was just standing on the floor, right? You're gonna put it back on. Put your right hand or your free hand here, and you're just gonna lift your hips and lift up. It's not that technical. Lift your hips up and stretch, and then sit back down and bring your right arm overhead, side bend to the left. If we're on the same side, bring your right hand to the mat, sweep the arm and lift up, and sit back down, turn over to the other side. And again, just finding a flow for yourself, moving your body in 3D, taking your time. You might find a place along the journey that feels good to pause into for a little longer, or you might just keep moving through, making it your own design. Keep breathing. Where else can you breathe into? And then conclude your last one. Unhook your legs and just take a moment seated center before we switch sides. Take your time. Okay, we will switch to the other side. So lying on your left side, if you're doing the same as me, propping your head up at first with the legs in the right angle. Knees in line with the hips, shins in line with the edge of your mat in a straight line. We're very angular here. Head and tail aligned. Top hip lengthen away so you got some space. And check in that your chest doesn't need to pop out, right? Soften this space. Top hand here, take the leg off, and then the knees a little higher, little lifts. We just try to keep the shape of a leg. You can flex or point your foot, whatever you want. Again, if your hip flexor or your quad is doing more work than your glute, you might be a little bit here. You might have to pull the knee closer to your chest. Come back to that steady, long exhale from the belly. We'll do about 3 more here. Feeling the body connected, strong, alive, lower down. Just extend that top leg. Reach it so long like someone's pulling it out of your body, and then you lift up a little bit. These are quite, they're not very high. It's more about the length. We're almost feeling as if we're moving from the hip down. Nothing up here really changes. or moves. Feel the breath fill into your back ribs as you breathe. And let that go. We're gonna switch the position of the legs and come up to our elbow. So bottom leg straight, top leg bends in front, it stands in front of you. You're on that elbow. My left elbow is right underneath my shoulder. And then you can do a full collapse so you feel the difference between hanging out, watching TV, and doing Pilates. So pushing away from the floor, and then just lifting your leg a little bit. Like for me, I can't go very high without disturbing any of this. So they're just teeny tiny lifts. Or you might just hold it in one position if the lifts feel like they kind of compromise the upper body. Always checking in with the neck and shoulders, free on top. Good, and then lower, bend that bottom knee, bring yourself up, and twist away from your knee to the right if you're on my side. And just noticing the twist on this side. Feeling the bottom, back ribs, back and side ribs expand and move here. Even though the twist does constrict us a bit. Like we're wringing out our spine. Getting taller when you exhale. Gently unwind to face your legs. You can open up so that right foot disconnects from the floor. We'll do this brief hip stretch of just leaning forward. I mean, it might just be a little lean like this. You might come all the way over your legs, just whatever feels good to you this morning or this afternoon. I like to move like just a little bit in the stretches, like a little side to side is kind of nice. Okay, coming up, we'll land this foot, plant it wherever it needs to be is great. And we're gonna lift up the hips and the arm. And then we're gonna sit back down and let the other arm lead us to the other side to side bend. Might feel totally different on this side. Sweep the space, lift up. And again, make it your own little dance. Breathe, and then move. So your breath is your support to guide you into each pose, but it never really stops unless, of course, you want to pause. Otherwise, just keep it flowing, circular. Few more rounds. Your way, your timing. Feeling all the amazing ways our body can move 3D. We'll close on this last time that you're in this side bend. And we'll come up. We'll unhook the feet. And we'll just come to a comfortable seat to close. Oh, I did better on timing than I thought. I usually go over. So that's good. So we'll have a little bit of time here. Actually, since we have more time, let's do this. Let's go into hands and knees before we close. So let your tailbone just kind of move side to side, and then you might even move kind of in and out of the hands here, just shifting your weight. Then start to walk your hands out in front of you as you're shifting. Like you're kind of like, you know, gently pawing your hands forward pretty far as your shoulders will allow you, until you come into some version of puppy pose and your forehead can rest down and your sits bones widen up towards the ceiling to get a nice open stretch in your shoulders and your lats. Breathing into that heart space again, thinking more of the back body expanding. Take 2 more full breaths here where you really take your time. Expand into your inhale and maybe hold at the top of your inhale. Feel the expansion of the body. See if there's more inhale that you can take in. And then really slowly release the exhale, slowly as you can. And keep exhaling until there's absolutely no air left to exhale. When you're ready, don't rush if you're still in that practice. But when you're ready, start to walk your hands back, kind of reverse what you just did. And you'll end up walking back into your all-fours shape. We'll inhale into cow pose. We'll exhale into cat as we shift back almost into a child's pose, but instead we drop our elbows and then we bring our chest forward. We kind of snake our body forward and lift our chest into cow. And then we exhale, curl back into cat. Lower the elbows, snake the body forward. Right, adjust the hands if they need to be in a different place. Two more, really guiding yourself through your breath. Don't worry if you're not sure what you're doing, just make it up. And the next time that you come up, pause up there at the top, find a neutral spine, tuck your toes under, and exhale, lift your knees like halfway off. Check in with your shoulders, right? You've got a nice stable place for your shoulders, are not gripping up to your ears, and just lower your knees to a hover and lift up a little bit. So it's like just a slow motion pulse with your knees going a little bit up and down from the floor. Getting a little bit more heat in the whole body here. And then lift the tailbone up. Take a brief downward dog. Feel free to pedal through your feet. Shake out your head. Gently lower the knees. And then we will come to our closing seated position. If you want to prop your seat up again, like you did in the start, if you did in the start, feel free to do that. So you just feel nice and tall in your back. And just ground your palms over your thighs, maybe closing the eyes. Noticing your breath, noticing your heartbeat. Noticing sensations in the body or just how you feel energetically. We'll bring our awareness back to our heart space, or you can think of the thymus gland in this case, and really drawing in that energy. So if you'd like to bring the palms over that space, that heart space again, feel free to do that, really drawing the energy, your strength into this space. And we'll close with 3 slow breaths. Like we did in puppy pose, where you expand as much as you can and you hold your breath for a moment or two. And you very slowly release it. And whenever you finish with that, no rush. Just lower your arms. And then together, we'll give us a few moments in case anyone's still in that practice. Together, we'll start to lift the arms with a nice slow inhale, like we did at the start, lifting the spine, lifting the heart. Bring the palms together this time, straight down through to your heart center. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.